there lived a young man who, more than anything else, wanted to become a traveling minstrel.
Yeah, like I want to wander through the kingdom giving concerts on my flat.
You mean your flute?
This is a flat. A flat is like a flute. You might say it's sort of a flat flute.
He had practiced the flat for 5 years and at last felt he was ready for his debut. He rented the Hamlin Concert Hall, dressed in a variegated suit of clothing, billed himself as the Pied Piper. The house was filled, the lights were dimmed, silence fell over the great hall, and he began. Unfortunately, however, even after he had begun to play, the hall was still silent, for the flat was such a high-pitched instrument that no human ear could hear it. The only ones able to hear the flat music were the mice of the kingdom, and they did not like what they heard. Oh, my, no.
Ooh, that is piercing.
That's the flattest I ever heard.
Let's cut out of here. I can't stand it.
And with that, mice left the kingdom in droves. But the audience, still unable to hear a thing, just sat, waiting for the concert to begin. In fact, they sat for 2 weeks before they knew it was over. It seemed as though the poor Pied Piper was a flop as a flautist, but a roaring success as an exterminator. Doing the only thing left for him to do, he took his flat and opened up an exterminator business, and was summoned by the king for his very first job.
Hi, Highness. You have an exterminating job for me to do?
Yes, I do.
Fine. What's the pest? Rats, cats, bats, lice, mice?
No, my mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law? But mothers-in-law are human.
Oh, yeah?
You fat pompous little worm! King or no king, you're a nincompoop! And let me tell you...
That's human?
But only mice are able to hear the flat music. And if your mother-in-law can't hear it, it couldn't possibly drive her away.
Well, what do mice have that mothers-in-law don't have? Why are they the only ones that can hear your flat?
Well, maybe it's something they eat, sire.
This set the king to thinking.
Eating lots of carrots gives you good eyes. Mice eat lots of cheese. Maybe that's what gives them good ears.
I think that's logic, sire.
I'm going to feed that old meanie cheese until it's coming out of her big ears.
And with that, the king gathered up cheeses by the score and set them before his mother-in-law.
Look, Mama, all for you. You open your big mouth now and eat all you want.
You're being nice to me. What are you up to, Weasel?
Nothing.
They're poisoned, aren't they?
Oh, come now, Mama. Would I try to poison my own mother-in-law?
Yes.
You're right.
What?
I said they're all right. Watch, I'll eat some.
The mother-in-law watched the king closely, and when he didn't drop dead, decided it was safe and tried some cheese herself.
Say, this is good.
Oh, the plan was working, but in order to keep her eating, the king had to eat cheese too. For 3 months, they ate gobs of Gouda, pecks of provolone, racks of Roquefort, and lots of Limburger. Finally, the king figured it was time to put the scheme to a test.
Psst, Pipey, now, give a blat on your flat and we'll see what happens.
Right, sire.
What was that?
It worked.
The cheese had done the trick. They had both heard the flat clear as a bell. Now, the mother-in-law could be exterminated with no trouble at all. The king packed her bags, had a carriage waiting at the front gate so that she could make a quick getaway, and sent the piper off to do his stuff. The Pied Piper played his flat for the mother-in-law like he had never played before, but with rather surprising results.
My, what haunting music. Where could it be coming from? Why, it's you.
Yes, ma'am. Doesn't it give you that want-to-run-away feeling?
Heavens, no, I simply love it. More. Play more.
The Pied Piper, never having had anyone like his flat music before, immediately fell madly in love with the king's mother-in-law and played for her with all of his heart.
Like, go, man, go!
That awful flat music. Stop that this instant, you. I command you.
See here, Runt. I happen to like flat music, and if you don't, you know what you can do.
The king did know, and he did. He dashed to the waiting carriage and he sped away for parts unknown, never to be seen again.
Now then, are you ready, dear?
Yes, my love.
It was quite clear that the king's mother-in-law and the Pied Piper were meant for each other, and they were soon married. In the months to follow, it was decided that all in the kingdom should be allowed to enjoy flat music. So the castle was converted into a concert hall, and flat concerts were held nightly. And oh yes, to ensure the audience of hearing the music, the eating of cheese was highly encouraged. Instead of a popcorn stand, a cheese stand was put in the lobby, so when the patrons came to the concert...
Yes, sir. Would you like some cheddar?
No.
Camembert?
No.
Gorgonzola?
No.
Well, for pity's sake, what do you want then?
Take me to your liederkranz.